Hi guys, good morning. We are learning about the poem Daffodils. In our first stanza, we learned that the poet William Wordsworth was was sharing his feelings with us. According to him, he compares himself with the clouds of the sky. He told that I wandered lonely as a cloud that floats on high over bells and hills. Here, bells means the valleys. So, he wandered lonely as the cloud floats. You know, the cloud floats on the upper level of the air. Lonely. And the poet was wandering in the land, in the vales and hills, in the valleys, hills, and the park, Glencoe Park. Lonely. Lonely means in the lonely state of his mind. Here, lonely refers to his state of mind. Then, at that time, at once he came across the flowers, the daffodils, beside the lake also. And according to him, those daffodils are fluttering and dancing in the breeze beside the lake and beneath the trees. The lake was there, the lake, all water was there, and the daffodils were beside this lake. This is the lake. Also, and the daffodils were beside this lake, beneath the trees. And these daffodil flowers are fluttering and dancing in the breeze. Fluttering and dancing in the breeze. Here, fluttering means moving to and fro. You know, moving to and fro. This is the tree. It is moving this side and also this side. That means it was moving this side and this side. That means it is moving to and fro. From side to side. Moving from side to side. Flutter. Moving to and fro. That means the daffodils are moving from side to side, moving to and fro. Okay? They are fluttering and dancing in the breeze, in the cold wind. The daffodils were dancing out of joy. Because at the time of moving side to side with the cold wind, they were very happy. They were amusing themselves with the cold wind. So they were dancing also at the time of fluttering. According to the poet, this fluttering is their dance. Then we learn the second stanza. In the second stanza, the poet tells that continuous as the stars that shine and twinkle on the Milky Way. Do you know Milky Way? The galaxy. That means, look, here is the sun. We are in the earth. This is the earth. There are also other planets around the earth. So there is a air all around the earth, and we can see a circle beyond the earth, beyond the air, that we call as the sky. So this sky is imaginary. It is beyond the air. So in this sky, beyond the air, in this circle, this is known as the galaxy, the Milky Way. And in this galaxy or Milky Way, this is the Milky Way or galaxy. And in this galaxy, the stars are twinkling. We know they are twinkling every day. At a dark night, according to the poet, as the stars twinkle in the Milky Way, and they are continuous. Do you see a star in the sky? A star in the Milky Way? Is there only one star or a limited number of stars in the sky? No. The stars are in innumerable numbers. They were continuous. Wherever we go, we can see, we are able to see the stars continuously. So, as the stars are continuous in the Milky Way, in the galaxy, in the sky, the daffodils are also continuous beside the lake Saltwater. Like, look, this is the lake. And this lake Saltwater is stretching forward, going forward towards the unlimited boundaries. There is no limited place. It flows forward, ahead and ahead. So, as there is no limit of the Milky Way, as the sky, the stars are twinkling continuously in the Milky Way. So the lake is also flowing afterwards, furtherwards. So the daffodils are beside this lake. This is the field of daffodils. So the daffodils, the field of daffodils, the flowers are twinkling as the stars that shiny or twinkle in the Milky Way. Here the daffodils are also continuous. It is endless. We can see the daffodils wherever we go beside this lake. There is no end in the daffodils. So he tells that continuous as the stars that shine and twinkle on the Milky Way. Again, he said that they stretched in a never-ending line. They are continuous. Here is a daffodil, here is another flower, here is another. It is continuous. It is not a here one daffodil flowers, here another. It is the gap. It is not like this. It is a continuous process. Wherever you can see beside the lake, there are so many daffodils continuously beside this lake. And also, they stretched in a never-ending line. The line of these daffodils are not ending. They are in a never-ending line. Because their line is not ending in between. And along the margin of a bay, according to the poet, the daffodils are stretching beside the lake continuously in a never-ending line along the margin of a bay. Look, these are three things. One thing is continuous. Second thing, never-ending line. Third thing is the margin of it. Look at these three things. First thing, the daffodils are continuous, are in a continuous manner as the stars twinkle in the Milky Way continuously. Second thing, they are in a never-ending line. That means the line of the daffodils are not ending. And the third thing, it is beside the lake, making a margin or a margin of the bay. Bay means the side of the lake is known as bay. This is the lake. It is its bay. And the flowers, the trees of the daffodils make a margin in the bay of the lake. What do you mean by margin? Margin means in the same distance in every place. Like we take margin in our notebook also. This is the margin. So in this margin, the distance here is equal to the distance here. That means the distance is parallel to the bay, to the side line. So here also the trees of the daffodils flowers made a margin at the bay of Lake Alswater, making a margin. So the poet tells that they stretched in a never-ending line along the margin of a bay, and he uses along here. Look, along. That means where the lake goes, where the lake flows, the margin also go by the side of this lake. So he tells along the margin of a bay. That means the daffodils makes a margin along the bay of the lake. Okay? So note these 3 points. One is continuous, the manner of the daffodils. Then they are in a never-ending line. Then it forms a margin in the bay of the lake. Then second thing, he also tells about the number of the daffodils. In this stanza, he tells 3 things: that they are continuous, they are in a never-ending line, they are making a margin, and also he tells about the number of the daffodils here. According to the poet, 10,000 saw I at a glance. Not another thing. This is glance. Glance means a quick look. Guys, here are different types of look. Like, see, watch, look, glare, glance, gaze. These are types of look. So, in between these things, glance is one. Glance means a quick look. To throw a look towards something. This is quick look. I am looking at the book and this is quick look. That means this is the glance, a quick look. Means a single beat of his eye is known as a glance. And with the single throwing of his eye, according to him, 10,000 saw I at a glance. He tells that he saw 10,000. William Wordsworth tells, I saw 10,000 daffodils at a glance, at a quick look. When I looked at the daffodils in a single look, in a single glance, I am able to see 10,000 daffodils. That means, is he counting the number of the daffodils? Was he able to count 10,000 in a glance? Means in a beat of his eye? It is impossible. So, how could he know that there are 10,000? It means this number indicates that the flowers are not 10,000. According to him, they are 10,000 at a glance. That means when he looks at the daffodils, they were 10,000. That means there are any innumerable numbers, unlimited numbers. There unlimited in number. How can you know? The poet tells there 10,000, he saw 10,000 in a glance. So how can you tell it unlimited? If he was able to see 10,000, then the number is unlimited. Why? In a single glance, that is 10,000. If he looks at the daffodils continuously, then what will be the number of the daffodils? That is unlimited. According to him, the number is unlimited. So, in an imaginary condition, he tells that the daffodils are in so many numbers that I am able to see 10,000 at a glance. Okay? But it is not the accurate number of the daffodils. It is his state of mind, his imagination that I saw 10,000 daffodils at a glance. And what were the daffodils doing there? They were tossing their heads in sprightly dance, in lively dance. The daffodils were tossing their heads. That means at the time of looking at the daffodils were moving side to side in the air. At the time of moving side to side, the heads of the flowers must be beating to each other. So the poet tells that it is not beating each other. According to him, they were dancing lively. They were dancing sprightly. So, at the time of dancing sprightly, lively, they were tossing their heads with each other. So, the poet tells, 10,000 saw I at a glance, tossing their heads in sprightly dance. That means, in lively dance, in sprightly dance, they were tossing their heads each other. Okay? So in this stanza, the poet tells these things. One is they were continuous in manner, they were in a never-ending line, they were making a margin along the bay of the lake, and he was able to see 10,000 daffodils at a glance, and also they were tossing their heads, in sprightly dance. Sprightly dance. Sprightly means lively. So, remember these things. Continuous. The manner was continuous as the stars. They were in a never-ending line. Their line was not ending at all. Then they made a margin along the lake. Then they were tossing their heads, and they were in a lively dance, in a sprightly dance. This is all about the second stanza. Okay, guys, we will learn the third stanza in our next class. Thank you.